Hello everyone, News Reviews and More here, and I'm going to be doing a little regional report for you guys. I went to LA Regional over the weekend, and gosh, was it hectic. It was a long day, and I happened to have been playing windups. I did a pretty bad job, considering the regional was huge. I usually don't do that bad, but at regionals I usually do worse than I do at YCSs. I do a lot better at YCSs for some reason. But I want to before I begin, I want to thank my friend Max for letting me borrow the deck. At least most of it, except for the Levier, of course, because I love my ultimate first ed Levier. But we're going to begin with the deck profile. As well as this regional was crowded. It had like 700 people. So it was pretty much a YCS Los Angeles, I would say. But, which I really think we need to do. We're using the upstairs while we can use the downstairs and pretty much have a full YCS in there. And it could probably last 2 days. But I don't think people want to work for 2 days. But, anyways, let's go to the deck profile. We got 3 wind up Magician. I don't run 2 because I find 3 opening up a Magician Shark is just very powerful. I know it's kind of inconsistent because you can open up like double Magician, double Rat, but I find that 3 is very good. Sorry for the shadows and a little bit of the glare. But yeah, 3 Magician, very good in this deck. Let me move those off the side. And then I got 3 wind up Sharks. I love this card a lot. I think it's just so good. It combos so good with Magician. It can be a level 5, it can be a level 3, it can be a level 4, it can be any level that you want from those 3 levels, and I find it very good with Magician, and it just opens up the Shockmaster combo even better. Really not much to say about that. 3 wind up Rat, really good at getting your Magician back if you have Shark in hand and you can reveal Shark. When Magician is special and go off from there, make a crazy combo, as well as getting your Rabbit back and stalling, and just keep bringing back your rabbits and stuff. And bringing him back during the standby phase and just keep bringing stuff back. And he's a great top deck. He's like a mini tour guide and I like him a lot. Alright, and then my favorite windup out of all the cards in the deck is Windup Rat. The reason being is because he's just the best floater in the game. He's kind of like the new Reborn Tengu, I would call him. He doesn't do what Reborn Tengu does, but he's just a crazy floater. The only downside is your opponent can Levier him, and that rarely happens, but when it does, it kind of is a drag. So make sure to stop that Levier. But I just love this card because once you summon him, he's pretty much on the board for the rest of the game, the whole entire game, unless it gets Leviered. So even if it does get Leviered, it's still on the board. Okay, sorry I don't have a tripod at the moment. I'm actually recording with my phone, so yeah. So then 2 Tour Guide and a Sangan. A lot of times I really wish I had Night Assailant in here, but I just ended up playing these cards wrong, which is really easy. I mean, easy not to do, but hard to do. Which was my mistake. I accidentally sided this guy out a game, but I still won the game, but it was a really bad mistake because I opened up 2 Tour Guide and it was just really, really bad. So, I opened, I like the Tour Guide engine in this deck a lot. If you get Tour Guide Shark, it's very good. You get instant Shockmaster, as well as Tour Guide Shark gets you a lot of other plays. If you just gotta be creative and mess around with the combos. And then, I like 2 Thunder King a lot. My friend convinced me to run 2 Thunder King over Spirit Reaper or Snowman Eater. I was really expecting to see a lot of Rabbit at the regional, which I believe like 3 Rabbits topped. But I find this card, he told me about this card, like I know about this card a lot already, but he said this card's better to play, so I took his opinion and I started to run it, and I like it a lot better. It's very good on first turn. I've talked about this card multiple times as well in my Let's Break Down Anti-Meta, and it's one of my by far favorite first turn cards to open with. So, pretty self-explanatory for Thunder King. Now we're going to move on to the last one, which is Gores. And not a lot of wind-up decks run Gores, but the reason I like to run Gores is because if I open up a hand like this, sorry for the shakiness and my fingers getting in the way. If I open up a hand like this and I go Summon Rabbit, set MST, there you go, with the MST I'm like sure. Alright, because they usually like to make sure their stomach can go through so they can attack directly. They go attack, I go Rabbit effect, they go attack again, and you can drop the Gores. Rabbit comes back, and you just got instant damage on the board. That's one of the reasons I really like Gores in this deck. Move MST off to the side there. And Gores are just a great card overall. And yeah, he wins games, you know. So now we're going to move, that was Monsters. I believe there's only 18, there's 12 windups. 2 Thunder Kings, which is 14, and then the Tour Guide Engine, which is going to be 17, and then the Gores, which is 18. So 18 monsters. Now we're going to move on to the spells. I happen to run 2 MST. The reason I only ran 2 MST is because I was expecting more Dino Rabbit, and less than Mermail. And this card's just really not that amazing right now. It's really good still, but you can learn how to use it, and if you know how to use it the right way, you only need 2 of them. And we have other cards that pop back row. We have Soul Silver Mountain, which stalls back row. We have Adrius, which pops face ups. So pretty much, I only felt 2 was needed. I decided the 3rd one, and I do happen to make a trap stem, which I'll talk about later. And it's kind of like my 3rd MST. So next, we're gonna go into 2 Wind Up Factory. The only reason I ran 2 Wind Up Factory is because I find 3 inconsistent. You might open up with hands where you open up like triple Wind Up Factory and like Magician Rat, and it's really, really bad because you can't really do anything. So, and it's a really bad top deck, like I've seen people say before. But, and I only have 2 German factories, so I thought running 2 would be okay to do. So yeah, Wind Up Factory, very good card. It's probably like the best spell card in the deck by far, next to like the staples, of course. And then I have it around 1 Soul Taker as a throw-in because I really didn't have anything else to put in. I was putting a Messenger. My friend recommended I put in Soul Taker, so I put in Soul Taker, and it happened to work out great. I sided the Messengers instead, and I really like Soul Taker because it gets rid of that first turn Thunder King that they bring out and all that crazy stuff. Now we have the staples, the usual Pot of Avarice, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Reborn. I didn't run Book. I ran Soul Taker instead. I don't feel Book's too good in this deck. I like Book a lot in Rabbit because you have Guaiba, but other than that, I don't really find Book that good. They can be under my tour guide, and that's fine. I don't have to book it because I have another tour guide, and I can use that. So, we're going to put these spells away, and the last spell I want to talk about is Mind Control. I'm really kind of iffy on this. I really liked it during the event. I got to steal Thunder Kings, overlay with them with my Shark. I really like summon Shark, and I'll be like, okay, I'll Mind Control their Thunder King, and then get over their Utopia or whatever. Or make a Utopia actually and attack. I really like Mind Control. I pretty much have every level in the game. I just don't have tuners, so if I do happen to Mind Control a tuner, I can't make Synchro monsters because I don't have Synchros in my extra deck. Alright, now we're going to move on to the traps. I have it around 2 Mirror Force. Again, I apologize for this shaky camera. 2 Mirror Force. I ran this over Deep Prison because I feel that people just like to overextend, and I happen to run that situation a lot. And the people who overextended, I just ended up Mirror Forcing, and I pretty much won from there because they used all their cards, all their resources. I Mirror Force. They can't do anything because they don't have a response. So I like Mirror Force a lot. And I did happen to run Deep Prison as well, which we'll talk about in a little bit. 2 Torrential Tribute. Probably one of my favorite cards. You said that saying again, you summon that rabbit, you Torrential on their turn, and when they summon Thunder King, you're like pluses, and it's just so good. I know that wasn't really necessarily a plus, but you got what I mean. Torrential, if you use it the right way, you can get many pluses off of it. And then again, it's like Mirror Force. It punishes overextending players, and I find it very good. Next, 2 Boundless Trap Hole. This was okay. I was expecting to see a lot more Rabbit when I only played 1, and I'll talk about that matchup in a little bit. And in a later video, actually, I'm going to talk about my matchups and whatnot. But, because this video is going to be kind of long. But 2 Bottomless is very good. I like it against the Rabbit, and I like it against the Megalo a lot. But it didn't work too well for me this weekend, and I might end up taking 1 out. I did only run 1 in my Rabbit deck, but I probably will end up taking 1 out of this deck as well. And then the Solemn Brigade, 2 Solemn Warnings, and the Judgment. It's just pretty self-explanatory. Everyone runs it pretty much. Some people don't like to run Judgment, and some people don't like to run Warning, but I like to run all 3. Or like 3 of, get it, 3 Solemn, sorry. And then Deep Prison. I felt 1 Deep Prison was necessary, just for that random Stardust or whatnot. It's just a good card. It's not a bad top deck either, so I like it with Mirror Force, but I like Mirror Force just a tad better at a regional. But at a YCS, I'd probably play Deep Prison over it, just because the players, there's more, like, once you get up in the higher tables, they actually are, like, they know how to play around Mirror Force. But while you're using Deep Prison, and a YCS, it's pretty much, they're not going to road you. They're not going to do that. And I feel at a regional, if you had Mirror Force, people are just going to go overextending because they don't really quite know what they're doing, and they'll just keep attacking and making their field bigger and bigger, and they'll overextend and they'll Mirror Force, while Deep Prison at a YCS would be much more efficient because people like to play more passive at YCSs than regionals. It's just kind of a thing I started to notice. And then Trap Stun. This is technically my 3rd MST. I love this card. You draw phase, you activate Trap Stun. Their only answer is Dark Bribe, Judgment, and that's about it. They can't really do anything else. Oh, Xian, I guess you could say, and Barkion, but you're not really going to activate it when they have it on the field. unless you want to get rid of their Shein negation. So I find this card very good. You can go off with your Magician Shark, you can go off with your Brat Shark, you can go off with a lot of things, and I find this card awesome in this deck. I really like it a lot. It's just a really bad top deck, but you're not going to always be top decking with this deck unless you overextend and get Mirror Force. And my final trap card, Compulsory Evacuation Device. I side another one against the mirror match, and I felt this card wasn't too necessary. If you think about a rabbit, they just get their normal monsters back to their hand, and they can just resummon them again. If you think about water, they get to discard again with their Megalo. It's really, in Diva and Neutron and Undyne, I just really don't like the card that much unless it's against windups. So yeah, I felt that card was that card. So that was the 40 card deck. I'm going to show you the extra deck now. And I'm sorry if this video is a little long. Yeah, so I'm just going to go through this real quick. Zen Main, Carrier, 10 Tempo, my favorite one. Soul Silver Mountain, really good. My first Dead Levier. My Giga Brilliant. No, not Giga Brilliant, actually. Leviathan, Acid Golem, Dweller, which is really good with Shark. Maestroke, Pappy, Shockmaster, Utopia, Adrius, Tyrus. That was a quick extra deck. I'm going to show you the side deck real quick. Kind of side deck's kind of sloppy, I guess you could say. I run 2 Veiler for the mirror match, and I don't really side against Rabbit because they usually have Dimensional Fissure when they go first, maybe. I don't know. I didn't really like it against Rabbit because I never opened it up because they're rare. See, rare Veilers? I never opened up with them. I don't know why. But they didn't help me at all this weekend. So next, 2 Snowman Eater. I only played 1 Rabbit player, and that guy happened to run Alexandria Dragon and got over my Thunder King, and I was really disappointed. Like I said, I'll talk about that later, which is really, it's a funny story, and I'll have to tell you about that. But I have a lot of stories actually to tell. But 2 Snowman Eater against the Rabbit, and that's about it. And an anti-meta, I guess you could say. 2 Messenger apiece. This card is good against the mirror as well. It saved me against the mirror. I love this card. The guy had an Adrius hit, and it was really awesome. It's kind of like a Swords of Revealing Light, I would say. But it's just way better because it lasts so much longer, and I love it a lot. And you can still attack with your Rabbit, your Rat, and whatnot. So, 3-dimensional Fissure, Water, Insectors, whatever uses the graveyard. I want to thank no one, actually. No, I got these myself. Never mind, I'll go on to the next card. You guys know what it does. My 3rd MST, just in case. 2 Mind Crush. I didn't really, like, I talked about this card in my past video, review and discussion, Mind Crush. This card's pretty good, but the only time I used it, and I happened to not hit anything. I only sided against Rabbit because I really didn't last the whole entire tournament because I dropped, but which I'll talk about later. But Mind Crush was good. I'll talk about that as well later. So it was good, but I'm probably gonna take out 1, just side 1, and then Neo Ceiling for like wind up and Murmio and whatnot, and then the second Convulse for the wind up mirror match. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was kind of calm, low back, I guess you could say. I'm not all like, hey everyone, news reviews, more here's my deck profile, you know, because it's the holidays and I want you guys to relax. So I hope you guys enjoy your holiday break. If you guys are on break, enjoy it. And I'm going to be uploading a lot more videos. I hope you guys enjoyed those duel videos I've been posting. If not, I know I've been posting a lot of them because I haven't had a lot of other content. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. Check out my Facebook page, Twitter page. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you like windups, give this video a thumbs up as well. And I hope to make another video soon. So thank you guys. Happy holidays. News, reviews, and more. Bye.